Hi everybody, my name is Eva and I'm making mommy lifestyle videos. Today I'm coming with a little bit different video than usually. It's not fun video, it's kind of update, but I want to talk about something more deep, about my experience with trisomy 21 and the results. If you search in the loop for video like that, you found it. I'm going to talk about my experience, so just let's go jump straight in. So at my 12 weeks appointment, I went to see the baby for the very first time. During the ultrasound they never talk to you, so you don't know anything, and then you go for the blood test. So yeah, after the ultrasound was done, she showed me the baby. It was measuring 2 days ahead, and I took that blood test. I thought that would be it, that I can just forget about that and wait for my 20 weeks ultrasound, but they called me back that my results came back abnormal. So I just went straight to the doctor. I couldn't wait for the next day to go. So right after school I just took my daughter and went. When I came in, I already knew it's going to be some bad news because they never call you for anything. If everything's okay, they just let it go. So I sit in and the doctor told me not to freak out, but the blood test result came back as high risk for Down syndrome. You know, when you hear it, you just think the worst and that the baby probably is abnormal. So that was really scary. I remember leaving the doctor's office crying. I cried in the car, not crying in the actual office. I also got a referral for the harmony testing, which I will talk a little bit more in a second. But let me tell you what was wrong with the blood. So for my age, I'm 29 years old, the chance of having baby with Down syndrome is 1 to 1,000. My number was 1 to 150, so much more, but it still gives you only 0.6% of having sick child. And in another words, also 1 in 150 means that only one woman with the same blood result in 150 women will have sick baby. So 149 women will have healthy baby at full term. So yeah, it depends how you look at the numbers. For some people it can be very high, and for some people it's not as high at all. For me it was a little bit high just because it's supposed to be 1 to 1,000, but after a few days I calmed down a little bit. I couldn't live in a stress for like next 2 weeks and worry that the baby is sick. So anyway, my numbers, okay, the HCG level and Papa should be around 1. For Down syndrome baby there is a pattern where the free HCG level is high and the Papa is very low. For me it was 2.11 mmol for the HCG and 0.56 for Papa. The low Papa may indicate other problems, with placenta problems, with the baby growth and all funny stuff like that. So yeah, so The next day after I got the referral, I drove, this is my dog like making good noises. I went straight to the lab and took a blood test. They told me that the results will be in 2 weeks, but they called me from the lab like the next day that my doctor didn't sign on the form, I didn't sign on the form, and the lab took the referral like no problem. It upset me a little bit because I had to sign, I had to scan, I had to call my doctor's office so he would sign as well because they couldn't get in touch with him. Very annoying, very frustrated. It shouldn't happen, but you know, it's life. Whatever. They also didn't mark that I want to know the gender. Nobody even asked me if I wanted to know the gender. And again, I was too stressed out to clearly think and worry about details like that. So the 2 weeks went by, and I got the harmony result that I am low risk. So the numbers were 1 to 10,000 this time. But we still had booked appointment with the genetic consultant. We went, and they kind of wanted me to do amniocentesis, but for me it doesn't really have sense. They told me that in rare occasions they can take the placenta's DNA, not the baby's DNA. I mean, sometimes on rare occasions the placenta's DNA and the baby's DNA can be different, and this will give you false negatives. So the baby can be abnormal, but the test will come back as normal. But you know, if this will happen to us, then we would just probably go gambling, because what's the chance? Like, I don't know how often this happens, but probably not very often, right? So we didn't go further with amniocentesis. We are confident and happy with the results we get. However, I think it's always going to be that pinch of what if, right? What if we should go for the invasive test just to know yes or no? So yeah, this is my update for the pregnancy so far. I wish I could talk about other stuff, but I think this is very important to put this video out there for people who go through the same, for women who got similar numbers, so they can, you know, have their mind in peace for a little bit, because it's not easy. Those 2 weeks are really long. You wonder, what if, what I'm gonna do with the information I'm gonna get. So yeah, I don't wish this happened to anybody. So if you have any questions about the testing, because I know quite a lot about them now, I really educate myself on them, then please leave comment below. Also, if you are in similar situation, you went through what I've been going through, or you already experienced that in the past, let me know as well. I would really like to hear what you have to say and listen about your experience as well. So yeah, not to make it super long, I think I will finish here. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave a comment, like and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you. Bye.